Hello everybody, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening depending on where you are in this amazing world. My name is Donovan Jolly, and welcome everybody once again for another amazing video of DIY investing. I wanted to talk back about one of my all-time favorite cryptocurrencies, the second biggest cryptocurrency in my investment portfolio, and that is XRP. It's been a long time since I last covered this crypto, but with all of the recent news coming out regarding the lawsuit, talking about how really there isn't much tangibility propping that up, and I want to talk about why all of this stuff combined is ultimately what's going to send the price of XRP well above and beyond $10. I firmly believe that this is one of the most slept on cryptos this cycle, and it's going to have its time to shine very soon. If you're new and just finding this channel, always remember to do me a favor by leaving a like, comment, and subscribing to this channel for more updates. Always remember to click that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of these amazing videos like the one provided for you here. And if you guys want to join the Discord community or download my free ebook, learn a lot more extra educational content, links are in the description for that. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And with that being said, let's jump right into this amazing video today. Alrighty guys, I want to talk about XRP today because it has been a little while. Now, a lot of people have been kind of wondering, am I still going to be holding XRP, especially now that I made the video talking about going all in on Doge. And I wanted to kind of summarize some thoughts and perspectives here. XRP has not changed in my long-term portfolio. It's always been the same. I've never sold any of my XRP since I've been accumulating it since late 2019, I should say. And I really want to just talk about this for a minute because nothing in my big picture has changed with XRP. The only thing was obviously when the lawsuit came out, we didn't quite know what to expect with that long term. Was that going to impact the price? And obviously it has. Now, when the more the news that has come out around this lawsuit, the more details that have been exposed, the more that we've come to find that the whole lawsuit is pretty much just a bunch of crap. There's really no tangibility behind it. And if there is tangibility behind the XRP lawsuit, then Ethereum and a lot of these other cryptos out there are even in more of a wrong, in my opinion. XRP and Ripple, I should say, the parent company, they were very adamant about doing things the right way. They contacted the SEC well above and beyond before the time frames that they ever said that they were going to actually start implementing this stuff. And so for the SEC to come out years later and do all of this, it was just a way to manipulate the price. And I think that and I believe that it's become very obvious to tell that as time has come, as the SEC has tried to fight this lawsuit. There's just not a lot backing it. And so I do firmly believe that by this cycle, and probably when the rest of the market starts to take off, we're going to see a resolution with the XRP lawsuit. And when that happens, it's going to be a major catalyst for price appreciation. This was a big focus point that I want to talk about, was really how much price appreciation can we get if we get resolution inside the lawsuit? Because I do believe that this is going to be a big factor, kind of a black swan factor that it's hard to predict. But I believe that when it happens, which will be this cycle, we'll see the price of XRP really go up a lot because of that. Now, first things first, let's talk about what I'm seeing here. Now, I love XRP. I think it's one of the better looking market cycles out there. Yeah, when we compare it to the likes of Ethereum, maybe Cardano, maybe some of these other cryptos like BNB, some of these that have already made new all-time highs, obviously it's been a little bit underwhelming, but the thing to understand here is there's a lot of money inside of XRP, and it's also had a hindrance because of the lawsuit. In my opinion, if that lawsuit never would have happened, XRP would be at a new all-time high, very similarly to what Ethereum did. And the fact that XRP is still below its all-time highs, I believe that when the lawsuit takes place and when we get resolution to all of that, we're going to see a lot of money flooding back into crypto, and we're going to see XRP specifically make back a lot of that room. It's been kind of left behind. It's lagged a little bit, but I think that a lot of that has to go with the indecision around the lawsuit. But when I look at this chart, it just looks exceptional as far as an accumulation standpoint, as far as a market cycle that looks really undervalued that's about to break out. And one of my little bits of analysis I always like to use is the Wall Street cheat sheet. And the reason why I like to talk about this one so much is just simply because I really don't think we can get a better kind of form of data to look off of that just summarizes XRP in a nutshell. And I think that this chart really shows exactly what the emotional state of XRP is in. And that would just be the disbelief phase. Now, if you guys remember, this is your classic example of a market cycle. Parabolic rally, the bear market crash, fully retrace, and then we go through this long period of accumulation. And then once we start breaking up, making higher highs and higher lows, this is where people just automatically assume that it's a sucker's rally. This is a sucker's rally. And if you notice over here, disbelief is also the move that happens right before the parabolic run. People look at this and they say, oh, wow, this will never happen. This is just like, all of the other attempts that XRP's had. It's never going to make new all-time highs. And that's called the disbelief phase. And in my opinion, that's exactly where XRP's at today. I mean, we went through the parabolic rally that was through this period. We went through the crash. We've been through years of sideways accumulation. I mean, at first we were just making lower lows and lower highs, and then COVID happened. And from COVID, we've literally maintained an uptrend ever since. This has been higher highs and higher lows, even though we went through this long kind of downward consolidation that Bitcoin's been in ever since 65K. XRP has still maintained higher highs and higher lows. And if we draw a trend line, I mean, there's really no reason to suspect that this is just going to fail anytime soon. And so as far as the market cycle goes, this is following every single rule that we would need before we would expect to see a big breakout on the upside. Once again, the only reason that I believe we haven't seen that breakout yet is just because we got the lawsuit. Because guys, keep in mind, the lawsuit came right here. When XRP was just breaking out, when everything was looking like it was ready to go on the new all-time highs, it was following Dogecoin right before Dogecoin went absolutely ballistic. And then that was when the lawsuit came in and it immediately sold off the price. And so while all these other cryptos were doing exceptional, while they were getting ready to make their massive moves, XRP got sued. And so of course it put a damper on things. But that's just further reason why I believe that this is undervalued and why at the end of the cycle, when the resolution comes of the lawsuit, we will see a massive, massive move to the upside. Because when I zoom out and I look at this chart, it looks like your classic example of disbelief, where nobody's really expecting it to go up, especially with all the rumors in the lawsuit, especially with all that FUD around here. Nobody's really even talking about XRP. Nobody has been talking about XRP for a long time, just only the XRP community. And so I do believe that we're going to be seeing that breakout very soon, which is why I wanted to cover this. Now, if we come over here, we have to get above this descending resistance, right? That's first and foremost. But what I can say is when we come over here, we're kind of at this point where we haven't made a lower low since, June of 2021. We first found support here. This was when Bitcoin found its bottom. We rallied back up. Bitcoin made a new all-time high here. But XRP's kind of just been contracting in this triangle. But we've never actually made a lower low from those initial lows that we set in when Bitcoin bottomed at 30K. We've never actually made a lower low from that point. And so the fact is, we're just getting squoze tighter and tighter and tighter into this little corner. And we're backing up, closer and closer towards this descending resistance. I don't really believe that we're going to see another massive panic from here and have to retest the support again. I think it's likely that because we're coiled so tight in here, it's probably going to just break out like that. And we'll get a move that's going to take us back upwards of $1.40. That would be the final point where we would see Bitcoin find a bottom here, roughly at whatever price we're at now. And then the rest of the markets would take off. In the short term, I do expect Bitcoin to actually outperform the alts. But I mean, big picture, I don't think you can get a better investment than altcoins. And I think it's really obvious, based off yesterday's video when we talked about the Bitcoin pairs and whatnot, that a lot of these altcoins are just really have never made an alt season. And that was the whole point of yesterday's video, was talking about, when it comes to true alt season is when the altcoins outperform their Bitcoin ratios. And that's just something we haven't seen as a whole inside of this cycle. And so I believe that that is the move that's coming next. And with all of these cryptos, some of them sitting below their all-time highs, a lot of those 2017 altcoins have never really done anything besides accumulate. I do believe that we're going to see a similar type move as what we saw in 2017. I really, really, really do believe that. And a lot of people are going to doubt that, but I mean, a lot of people have doubted a lot of things that I've said for a long time. Some of it's been proven right, some of it's been proven wrong. But at the end of the day, guys, I'm very, very, very confident we're going to get a blow off top. And it'll be something similar to what we saw in 2017. Obviously, these had a lot less market caps back then, so we shouldn't quite expect to see, that big of a move. But I mean, XRP, I don't see why it's not going to hit $10. I think $10 is realistic, and I think it could very easily hit higher than that. If we have a 2017 like alt season, I always used to call for that target of $28, which is clear up here. If we do have a 2017 like alt season and all of the altcoins go on those massive type moves, we could still see this. I'm not writing that off by any means. But at $28, XRP is sitting at $1.2 trillion in market cap. I don't think that's unlikely in the slightest, especially long term. I think that XRP will easily hit that market cap. But will it happen this cycle? Probably not. I mean, we haven't done a whole lot. I mean, if XRP was sitting at new all-time highs and we were somewhere between, $4 and $7, then yeah, I would expect that we could very easily see $28. But we're still below all-time highs. I'm not really betting on that necessarily. Chances are I'm going to actually end up selling all my XRP before that price target ever would be hit. And that's just simply because that's a big move to the upside. It's going to take a lot of money, and the risk is just a little bit higher. I can't guarantee that I'm going to make that profit, but what I can say is when I look at $10, I think that that's a really realistic target, and I would look to sell the majority of mine around that price. And so I'm going to be holding until, roughly around there. That's when I'm looking to sell profit in XRP. It just doesn't really make sense to do it anytime before that, especially with the length I've been holding. But a lot of that's also going to come along with Bitcoin. If Bitcoin's sitting at 250K and XRP sitting up here at $10, I'm just going to go ahead and sell my stuff. I'm not really focused on one specific price, and I don't think that you guys should either, because that's a good way to get trapped into your investments. The big thing is just look at what you're up. How much is that going to impact your life? Is this life-changing money for you guys? I mean, realistically, if what you've been buying into these and then it takes off, if you're sitting at life-changing money that you can get yourself out of debt, that you can do a lot of things, don't hesitate to take that opportunity, because a lot of people that watch this channel just simply aren't going to be cut out for profiting in a bear market, trading through all of everything. And really, a lot of you guys probably weren't the most profitable even when the whole market was taking off. And so if you find yourself making really life-changing amounts of wealth during this run-up, because I believe everybody will. It doesn't take a genius. When the euphoria sets in, you could be a big idiot. All you have to do is hold and you'll be profitable. And so the reason I'm talking about that is just simply when this thing takes off, not just XRP, but the whole, really just make sure that you're focused on what were your goals before you ever had the money, and really just remember those goals. Because when you have a lot more money, when you surpass your goals, you kind of just get lost in the sauce of things and you don't really know exactly what you're doing or where to go. And it's in those moments that you usually just forget to take profits entirely, and then you lose all of it. And it's not fun when you surpass your goals and then all of a sudden you watch your portfolio drop and it might be at your goal and you think to yourself, oh, well, it was just at this level. Maybe if I just wait a little bit longer, it'll go back. And then it drops again, and then it drops again, and then you've lost your goals, then you don't have the money, and you don't want to sell at the loss either, and so you just trap yourself even further until eventually it evaporates. I made those mistakes in the last cycle. I don't want to see you guys do it again. We have a good opportunity, and so when this thing pumps, like I'm really confident it will, use your part in taking profits. Now, with that being said, guys, what we did talk about here briefly, let's go over here and look at the Bitcoin pair. Was talking about how we're just not going to see an alt season until the Bitcoin pairs actually outperform. This isn't the right chart either. We really, really, really need to see those Bitcoin pairs outperform. And that's how we know true alt season is going to be here, which if we look at the XRP chart, we haven't done anything. This thing has only ever crashed. Basically since September of 2019, we've gone sideways. But when we look at this to me looks like accumulation. We had this panic, but this is just accumulation. We found an average price, and we're just kind of stitching in between here, right? This is accumulation. And it's very similar to what we saw over here. There's a little bit of difference, but this is actually even more bullish in a lot of ways. This made 3 lower lows. This has pretty much stayed the average price. We had this panic sell here with the lawsuit. But I mean, if we've canceled out this lawsuit, we probably would have just went sideways very similarly to what we've already been doing right here. And when I look at this chart, guys, it's very obvious that this is just a big accumulation. This is just your classic example of a market cycle, just at its very early point. And if you were ever going to be buying into cryptos, now would be the time to do it, because we are at the low end of the market cycle. Specifically the Bitcoin pairs, guys. If you want to buy and guarantee your spot into alt season, you got to buy the Bitcoin pairs when they're at the low of their accumulation. Because if we just go back to our previous resistance up here, you're looking at a 5x against any of your Bitcoin. If you put one whole Bitcoin and XRP, which I did, I put one whole Bitcoin and XRP down here at 23 cents during the crash. I put one Bitcoin and XRP down here. And if you put one Bitcoin in XRP right now and it goes just to this resistance, not even close to the previous all-time highs, you're going to earn 5 times your Bitcoin. And then if you hold and we go just to the previous all-time highs, you're going to 12x your Bitcoin. That is what true alt season is. True alt season is when all of the Bitcoin whales that have made all their money holding Bitcoin in the whole cycle take profits on their Bitcoin, take those Bitcoin, buy altcoins with them, and then altcoin supermoon. And the whales, the Bitcoin whales, make their portfolios even more rich. That is what true alt season is. We haven't seen that. Everybody's been focused on Bitcoin. The institutions aren't buying many altcoins. They're focused on Bitcoin. The smart money's been focused on Bitcoin. Even a lot of retail investors, which, you know, there hasn't even been that many retail in this cycle yet. They've been more focused on Dogecoin and Shiba and NFTs, buying the tops of those. But true alt season is going to be coming upon us, and you have this opportunity to earn, 12x your Bitcoin stack just if it goes to the all-time highs. I'm still a believer that we make new all-time highs. We'll probably do it, a 25x type of move here. And if you buy at the lows, you're literally going to 25x your Bitcoin. Obviously it's not guaranteed, but this is just kind of talking about if it follows what happened in the last cycle, which is what I think happened. So anyways, guys, this is the video I had for you. If you found value in this, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any of these amazing videos. If you guys want to join the Discord server, download my free ebook. Links are in the description. You guys can also sign up for my VIP course, Signals. If you want to see all the trades that I take, NFT picks, all of that fun stuff, it's all going to get taught to you guys inside the Discord, posted, entries, exits, all that fun stuff. So check it out. Links are in the description. I look forward to seeing you guys inside of the group. And with that being said, I will catch you in the next one. As always, peace out.